Well, good morning. It's Crazy Cheap Chick, and I went to the grocery store. I got some fabulous deals. I can't wait to show them to you and talk about our meal plan for the week. But before I do that, I want to talk about a video I made last week. I had made a video comparing Walmart, Dillon's, and Aldi's. And I think my clickbait thumbnail said which one's cheapest. It might not be the one that you think. And I claimed that Walmart was the cheapest. And one of my viewers said, very nicely, and I appreciate that, but you can't use the online version of the prices because the Instacart is different than the in-store. And I'm like, I did not know that. And maybe you knew it, but I didn't. I don't use Instacart or pick up and delivery at any of the stores. I always go in person. And so when I looked at those prices, I always assumed that those prices were the same as in-store, and they are not. And I'm so glad my viewer pointed that out to me because that's helpful. So don't assume. I never assume that I know everything. I like to listen to people and learn. When you quit listening, you quit learning. And that's in any area of your life. So I really do appreciate her pointing that out. And I think next week, if I have time, I may pick like 15 shelf-stable items and go buy them at all three stores in person and see how they come out. All of these stores are very competitive and close together. So you are never going to... None of them, not one store is lowest overall. Each store has some item they sell that's going to be less expensive than the other stores, but most people don't generally want to run around to 3 or 4 stores. But knowing the store that is overall least expensive in your area, and my area might be different than your area, is helpful if you're not going to do clearance shopping. I still think clearance shopping and buying things on sale saves more money than anything else, but I realize not everyone has the circumstances to do that. So if you don't have the circumstances to do it, then knowing the overall cheapest store is helpful. Now let me show you my groceries. I just got done with my shopping and I got all these groceries, less than $100. And I'm going to tell you, it's almost 9 o'clock. I didn't get here until almost 8. And I'm moving kind of slow, like Uncle Joe down at the station, if you remember that. Because I've got some kind of little virus. It's not COVID, but it's something that has kept me kind of down this week. Let me show you what I got at the grocery store today. I spent $89.22 pre-tax. I live in a state that still charges sales tax on food, though they're stepping that down. So pre-tax, we were $89.22, and this is what I got. So I'm going to go through it real quick and show you what I decided to get. I've decided to try to eat healthier this week because I've had the worst summer cold. Some virus, it's not COVID because I tested, and I just need to lose some weight, and I need to get back to eating more fruits and vegetables. So I bought this big thing of broccoli. It was $2.99. Some sweet potatoes. They were $3.57. Now, sweet potatoes are one of the best meals for the money, because these are. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with these in a little bit. Some grape tomatoes for $2.49. These green peppers were 89 cents. The red pepper was $1.25. Also, cabbage is really good value, $1.48. And these olives were $1.99, ridiculous. This romaine lettuce was $2.59. And this is some zucchini I got for $1.15. And these bananas were $1.19. Potatoes, $3.79. Also, potatoes for the value, that's pretty good for the money. These were on sale for $2.49. This is zero sugar creamer. I am trying to get away from creamer, but I just can't seem to do it. I got this bread for $3.49. I thought it was going to be $2.49, but I couldn't load the coupon because the app was down. And I got some cheese for $2.39. So that's what I paid either full price, sale price for. Everything else is going to be clearance. So I got these Townhouse Mediterranean herb crackers for $1.43. I don't like eating a lot of stuff like this. This is very processed food, not very healthy. But I went ahead and bought them just because you need a little bit of variety, and I kind of like these. Then I got these cheese balls. They're marinated mozzarella cheese balls. They were $3.20, but I had a coupon that came off, so they actually rang up for $2.20. And this tea, right, was reduced to $1.76. It's originally $4.29. And usually these little tags will tell you what the original cost was. Like these pita chips were $3.49. Or these mozzarella balls, doesn't say it on there, but they're normally about $5.99. And I guess this is going to be my tip for the day, because not only do I check the clearance racks, I do go up and down every aisle, but these were actually on a clearance rack. And there were several of them, and I took 3. I'm like, I don't know how much that normally costs, because I forgot to look at the tag, or I didn't have my glasses with me. And so I went to check the tea. I came back, and the rest of them were all gone in like 5 minutes. So if you're on the fence about something, put it in your cart. You can always put it back on the shelf, but if you go back, it may not be there. So don't take too much time to make a decision, or it'll fly off the shelf. Stuff doesn't last very long. That's a good deal. Then there were these coffee filters, and they were marked down to 94 cents. It says they were normally $3.49, but they actually had these on sale this week, 100 for $2.99. This still made these less expensive to buy them on clearance, and this is, several months worth of coffee filters. You never know what you're going to find on clearance, and so when you do find it, grab it. Got these hamburgers for $5.40, and this is probably my best deal, I guess. They had this huge tube, 5 pounds of hamburger for $4.50. So that's less than $1 a pound, but it's the 73%, so it's got a lot of fat in it. And I don't like hamburger very much. And I had passed on it the first time, and someone else, an employee in the store said, "Did you see that hamburger?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "That's a really, really good deal." And I'm like, "I know." She goes, "We got in way too much of it, more than we ordered, so we had to mark it way, way down. There's nothing wrong with it." And so she kind of convinced me to buy this. I hate touching raw meat, and so now I've got to divide this up into like 1 pound packages, or get my husband to do it for me, because I just hate touching meat. They had this boar's head teriyaki chicken that was normally $9.09, marked down to $4, and I got 2 of these because it sounded pretty good. We'll have one this week, and I'll put one in the freezer. And they had this thin cut boneless beef chuck arm steaks. They were normally $11.96, marked down to $6.04. Some tomato sauce for 31 cents. Got this taco package. It's got everything in it to make little tacos. And we'll probably have this for lunch, because anytime you can feed you and your husband for less than $5, I think you're doing okay. These little yellow squash were 99 cents since they were in the red nut bag. Same for these cucumbers. They were 99 cents for 3 cucumbers. And then I love this St. Pierre brand, but it's so expensive. And it was marked down to $2.92. And they also had these French baguettes for $2.42. So what are we going to have this week? I can tell you right now, we're having this taco mix, which was normally $15.99. Who's spending that for these little taco bits? Because that lettuce is already starting to look a little worn out. And so I'm going to eat this here in a couple hours for lunch. And I think it'll be fine. For breakfast, a lot of times we just have coffee for breakfast. We're not big breakfast eaters, but I did get bananas and this bread for toast, because a lot of times if we do eat breakfast, I'll just make some toast and fruit or a little yogurt. I'm going to make a dish this week called sweet potato nachos, and I'll try to make a video of it. You slice the sweet potato really, really thin, and cook them in the convection oven or air fryer so they're crisp. So instead of nacho chips, you use sweet potatoes, and then it's just like any other nacho. You put a little bit of cheese and salsa and guac on it. It's really good. Then the reason I got this broccoli was because I found these arm steaks. So half of this meat will go for beef and broccoli over rice, a little Chinese meal, and half of it will go to fajitas. And some of the peppers will get used in the fajitas, most of them, but about a quarter of them will go into that beef and broccoli. Then the cabbage, my husband's mother was, well, they always thought they were in Hungarian because they immigrated from Hungary. But then when we did a DNA test, it was all over the place. I had some Hungarian, but not as much as they thought. But she grew up having a lot of Eastern European dishes. She made her kids Eastern European dishes, so that's real comfort food to my husband, anything with cabbage. So I'm going to probably make a cabbage dish for him. Then, since I bought these hot dog rolls off the clearance rack that I really, really like, we're not using them for hot dogs. Got to think outside the bun, and I am going to make some veggie sandwiches. They will have cheese, so Swiss cheese and lettuce and olives. I've got pickles, tomatoes, just a little veggie sandwich like you would find at Subway. I have some buns that I can use, so we'll probably have some hamburgers with the potatoes, and we'll probably have some of this chicken teriyaki, I don't know what that is, ikebon? I don't know what that means. Teriyaki chicken. And there's enough cheese to have cheese with the subs, with the hamburgers, and with this chicken. Plus I've got extra cheese. Then I know we're gonna have an Italian meal because I got this French baguette and I got these little marinated mozzarella balls. So I've got a lot of spaghetti and different kinds of pasta. So I'm gonna make some kind of pasta meal with a romaine salad with cherry tomatoes. And then we've got cucumbers for the salad. And I may make, I have some cauliflower and other vegetables that I need to use. I may do some kind of mixed vegetable dish with these. And then, of course, I've got all this hamburger. Now, most of this hamburger I'm going to divide up and we'll have it for meals another week. But, I mean, some of it could be used for this Italian meal. Some of it could be used for meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Some of it could be used for tacos. I mean, I don't like hamburger, but it is very versatile. But for $89, I've got plenty of food. Of course, I am relying a little bit on foods that I've bought previous weeks, just like everyone does. We all have a pantry with some things in it, so you always want to check your pantry before you go shopping to see what you have. Like I said, sometimes you have to think outside the bun. These are hot dog rolls that I got on clearance, and that made them less expensive than sub rolls. So these rolls are split on the top. It's hard to do one-handed. And so you have to split them open, and then I'm going to set them down this way. And what'll happen is one of these will be the top, and one will be the bottom. And that is a very fine Subway sandwich made out of 2 hot dog buns. Well, friends, thanks for watching my video all the way to the end. If you got anything out of it, give me a like, a thumbs up, a comment, or share, or best yet, subscribe. We all learn from each other. Your comments help me. I hope that some of my comments help you. Now, I will say, outside of this little group, I really don't talk about grocery shopping to my friends and family. It can be a controversial subject. Everyone has their own ideas on what store is the cheapest and the best way to shop. Some people just think, I just buy everything at Aldi's and that's how I do it. Okay, that's great. Some people are, nope, Walmart. Walmart's the way to go. You buy everything at Walmart and you'll save tons of money. Some people are like me, they do the clearance shopping. Some people feel like they just don't have time to try to save money, and so they're just going to do the pickup and delivery because they don't have time. And sometimes I think it some people can be a little angry when they find out how much money you're saving, because it makes them feel like maybe they're not doing a good job, or that you have better circumstances than them. I've had people tell me, that's great for you, but I work. Well, I work too. And we all have the exact same amount of time in the day. It's just how we choose to spend it. So I just don't talk about it except on here. And the people who watch these videos are interested in talking about these things and learning from each other. But you have to be a little bit careful when you talk to other people. You can start a family war, and you don't want to do that. So I hope you guys have a great week. Share your comments, share your tips and tricks. I need them as much as you do, so let's help each other out. And I love our little money-saving community, so come on, be a part of it.